So we've been working on a project that just didn't get filmed. Things have been a little too crazy, but I wanted to try to get you caught up. So over here, we have our garden pretty much fenced off. We still need to tension some of these wires, but basically everything's fenced off. And then you can see the first raised planter bed right there. I'll flip the camera around, show you what we got going. All right, so here's a look at the fence again. Made ourselves a little gate. We just used the same woven wire that was used on the dog yard. And over here, this is just a little raised garden bed out of scrap sheet metal that we had laying around and some 2x2s. So we're gonna put chicken wire on the bottom to stop the gophers from coming up through it, and we'll get it laid out. All right, so we bought some standard chicken wire, just laid it out on top, threw some staples all around the perimeter, and that'll be the bottom. We'll flip it over, that way the gophers can't dig through it. So what we're gonna do now, we got the chicken wire in both of these. We are going to start cutting. My dad's over there with the chainsaw. We're gonna start cutting these trees here and use that, chip them, put a wood chip base at the bottom. Some people use full logs. We're gonna just do wood chips, and then we'll fill these up with soil and get some plants in them. This whole area doesn't really serve us any purpose. Our neighbors are over here. I want to plant fruit trees here. So we're gonna use all this stuff to mulch it for the bottom of the planter beds and use it as a space to plant fruit trees. So it's only been about 15 minutes and quite a difference. Here's the garden and here's the whole area that we just cleared out. So got a bunch of stuff that we'll chip up and put in the garden beds, but for now we're gonna keep on cutting that way. So here's the junk pile that we're working with. Not sure if you can see it. We cleared out that area back there and we finally busted out the old chipper. It's been a little while since she got used. So we got the chipper. We're gonna just pretty much put the chute facing out into the garden and we'll start throwing chips in there. And what we're gonna do is obviously first we're gonna fill up those beds, and then pretty much this whole garden area, we're just gonna lay a layer of wood chips to prevent weed growth, grass growth, all that stuff. So we'll just fill this whole place up with wood chips and kind of go from there. Today's day 2 of the garden project, and I'm out here first thing in the morning. Got the wheelbarrow out here next to the wood chip pile. Again, you can see this is the area that we cleared. Probably about 50 or so trees, and turned it into this little pile here. Wheelbarrow's full, going into the bed. So here's a look at what we have on the inside of the raised beds. Nice wood chips. Obviously these trees were freshly cut, so there's still plenty of greens. Oh, look at all the geese. Oh man. My dad's pretending that he's shooting them. Those are some yummy friends. So during actual hunting season, we didn't have a single goose fly over our property. And since season has ended, every day, every single day. All right, so like I was saying, this is what we got in the beds. Mixture of leaves and wood chips. It's probably about 6 inches deep. Have it in both sides. And we'll be doing a mixture of some fresh composted manure that we have and other soil that we got delivered, and that'll go on the top and plant our veggies. And then the rest of the wood chips we're gonna just put all around the beds and eventually fill the entire place, just to pretty much prevent all the weeds and stuff from growing in here. So in the back of the truck we have this topsoil, which we went and got, or not topsoil, this compost, which we got from our other property. This was all horse manure. You can see it obviously now is a very nice, rich compost. It's been sitting for between a year and who knows how long. So there's a lot of good worms and stuff in here, good soil, and we're mixing it with some other soil that we had delivered. It's technically considered a enriched topsoil. So we got a wheelbarrow, pretty much did a 50-50 mix of the compost and the topsoil, and it's going in the bed. So day 2 of the raised garden bed project went pretty well. We were able to get 3 different beds done. As you can see, this one is obviously much different than these. These came from scrap metal that was here at this current property. This came from scrap metal that was left over at the old property. I'm gonna flip it around and show you what they look like. All right, so these ones are obviously much smaller than this one. Going forward, most of them are probably gonna be this size, but we're definitely gonna have to do something different because we used some of these wood chips down there, but maybe only put 6 inches in the bottom, and it is just way too much soil to fill this thing. So more than likely we will probably fill it up to about the halfway point with logs and twigs and wood chips and stuff that's bigger, and then the second half we'll do maybe another loose layer and then some soil at the top, and then these ones a little bit less than that. But yeah, we got 3 beds going. Tomorrow we'll probably top this off with actual garden soil and then put in the plants that we have growing, and should be good. Well, it's been a while since we took any videos of the garden. Obviously I know this is all going to be one video to you guys, so it won't look like it, but from the last time I filmed anything about the garden, I don't know, it's probably been a month. We just kind of barely got the raised beds put together. So I'm going to show you what our garden looks like after about a month or so of growing. Honestly, it could be longer. My timeline is totally messed up. So I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what it looks like. And we even have a vegetable to pick. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is the first bed right here. There's the second over there and third. We got to get some weed whacking done, but that's not the point. Right now, this bed is basically all squash. We didn't label them like we should have when we planted the seeds. So we do have kind of a mixture of stuff, and it's not ideal, and I'll show you why. But anyways, so we got some zucchini in here. I'm not sure if anything's growing on this one yet. You can see a little guy down here growing, and I think I got a spider on me. Anyways, we'll move on. This plant here has a good zucchini growing right there. And then this one is actually a summer squash. So these are zucchinis, but this one is a summer squash, as you can see by that mondo, which I'll go pick in a second. And we have some more zucchini growing in there, looking pretty good. Actually, I didn't even see this one yesterday. Let's take a look at that guy right there, getting pretty healthy. And over here we have mostly a mixture of tomato. All right, my video cut off because I ran out of storage on my phone. Anyways, I'll make it quick. Mixture of tomatoes and stuff. Over here though, we do have a watermelon plant that grew. So that's gonna be a problem that we'll have to figure out. And we have the same problem over here. This is another watermelon. As you can see, it's just spreading all over the place. Pretty much more tomatoes over here and peppers. So it seems like tomatoes, the tomato seeds were definitely the best as far as germination rate. Anyways, I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna pick this sucker. Let's see if I can do it on camera. Oh, oh, come on, baby. There we go. Look at that beautiful piece of fruit right there. Just picked one about this same size the other day, so we haven't cooked it. We have eaten a couple of these tomatoes, which you can see down there. But anyways, yeah, good stuff. Alright, as you can see, beautiful watermelon. Let's try it out. So good. Tastes better than anything you buy in a store. 100% recommend growing some watermelon and just in general getting a garden started. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.